Hello, good morning, students. Today I am going to start the new chapter, that is the chapter number first. The name of that chapter number one, that is the strength of strength of organic organic acids and bases. Yesterday we have seen the general idea about that organic chemistry and syllabus. How much is the syllabus at third semester or the first term? How to cover it, weightage wise chapter, as well as the nature of question paper I have discussed. I have given full idea about the this, and in between, as the lecture proceeds, I will give the I will give more information about this organic chemistry. So let us, yesterday we have seen the what do you mean by the organic chemistry. Organic chemistry, the simple definition of the organic chemistry is that the study of compound that contain carbon is known as organic chemistry. So first chapter is the strength of organic acids and bases. So let us see, first one is the introduction about introduction of this chapter, strength of organic acids and bases. Most of the organic compounds are generally reactive organic acids and bases, and when some of them are strong acids, some of them are weak acids, or bases. Similarly, bases also, some of the bases are strong, some of the bases are weak. So likewise, but what are the factors which decided the strength of organic acids and bases? That generally we are going to learn here. So in the introductory part, like as the inorganic chemistry, suppose one acid reacted with base resulting into as a formation of the salt, and similarly similar counterpart is here also the organic acids reacted with bases and forming as a salt. That is it. But here some of the theories we are going to learn. What are the theories regarding acids and bases? The number one theory we are going to learn here is a Arrhenius theory. Arrhenius theory. Arrhenius theory. Arrhenius theory, according to him, acid means what and base means what, that we are going to define here specifically. Arrhenius is the first scientist who put forth the definition of acids and bases. So according to him, acid, any substance which dissociate in water produces H plus ion are called as a acids. What I said, how I define that, how according to the Arrhenius theory, acid means what? Any substance which dissociate in water produces H plus ion is called acid or are called acids, right? So that is the simple definition according to him. So any acids, let us see as an example of those. Suppose you might have a HCl, right? When this HCl dissolve in water produces H plus ion and Cl minus, like this, right? After the dissociation, HCl completely dissociate producing H plus as well as Cl minus. This H plus, number of H plus is completely dissociated there, and therefore it is acidic in nature. Let us see another one. For example, we have a H2SO4. After dissociation, it will give H plus as well as HSO4 minus. Similarly, HNO3, H NO3 nitric acid, which can dissociate it, produce H plus as well as NO3 minus charges are there. So let us see as organic acids like as acetic acid CS3 C double bond OOH. After dissociation, it will produce CS3 C double bond OO minus and the H plus ions are. So all are the acid. When these dissolve in water, they produces as a H plus ions, and that's why they are called as acids. So these are the acids. Now look at the bases. What do you mean by the base? Any substance which dissociates in water produces OH minus ion, hydroxyl ion, is known as bases. The examples are, for example, potassium hydroxide. In water they produce K plus as well as OH minus ion. Or second one, sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide, after the dissociation it gives Na plus as well as OH minus ions. So these are the definition according to the Arrhenius theory. Very simple definition of acids and bases he made. Any substance which dissolve in water produces H plus ion are known as acid, just like as HCl. And second one, base means what? Any substance which dissociate in water produces OH minus are called as a bases. But there is a weaknesses of Arrhenius theory. Weaknesses of Arrhenius theory are drawback of the Arrhenius theory. Because if you look at here, some of the compound he consider only as a aqueous medium, only water medium, and that's why even though some of the compound like as let us look at ammonia does not produce as a OH and still it behaves as a base. Let us see amines, same thing are there are ALO, AlCl3, these are the acid, but they do not produce as a H plus ion, still they behaving as acids, and that's why there are two weaknesses of Arrhenius theory. Number one is it is possible it consider only as a water medium, and second weakness is there. Second weakness, some of the compound do not produce OH minus or H plus, still they behaving as a basis, and that's why these are the weaknesses of the Arrhenius theory. And after I think after some year, the new theory put forth, the new scientists somewhat superior theory than the Arrhenius theory, and the theory is known as a Lowry-Bronsted theory. That is called as the Lowry-Bronsted theory. Let us see, second one is a Lowry-Bronsted theory. Number two is a Lowry-Bronsted theory. Lowry-Bronsted theory. That is the second theory. Lowry and Bronsted, these two scientists work together and put the theory about the acids and bases. According to them, how they define the acids and bases, acid and base. According to Arrhenius theory, we know that. Now Lowry-Bronsted theory. According to as a Lowry-Bronsted theory, they here H plus, and this is related to as a H plus. Look at acid, any substance which can donate H plus ion donor you can call it, and this you can call it as a acceptor, exactly opposite. Acceptor, and this is donor, H plus donor, and this one H plus acceptor. According to Lowry-Bronsted theory, acid means what? Any substance which can donate the H plus ion are called acids. For example, HCl. HCl and let us see here is a H2O water, right? H2O is a water. Now here what happening here, HCl is donating as a H plus ion, and base is a substance. Base is a substance which can accept the proton, is known as a base. Acid means what? Any substance which can donate the H plus ion are called as acid. Base means what? Base is a base is a substance which can accept the H plus ion are called as the bases. For example, here and or the second name of this theory is called as a conjugate acid base theory. It is known as a conjugate acid base theory. Now look at it, when HCl donate the H plus ion, that becomes as acid one, right? And now the water which can accept the H plus ion, that's why it becomes as a base. You can call it as a base. When water accepting the H plus ion, it becomes here H3O plus hydronium ion and plus Cl minus. Now according to as a Cl minus that becomes as a conjugate base because it has a ability, it can accept the proton from this hydronium ion and regenerate as a HCl, and that's why it is called as a conjugate base. Conjugate base 1 is stronger than water, and here this become as a acid. Here you can call it as acid 2. So there is a conjugate acid base pair. This acid is a conjugate base with this one, and this base is a conjugate acid with this one, and this type of the pair is called as a conjugate acid base pair, and that theory is known as a Lorentz-Bronsted theory. Lorentz-Bronsted theory is also known as conjugate acid base theory, and according to them, these are the definition of acids and bases. Acid means what? Any substance which can donate the H plus ion are called acid, and base means what? The base which any substance which can accept the proton is known as a basis are there, and this is one of the best example to explain Lorentz-Bronsted theory. What is Lorentz-Bronsted theory? Explain with suitable examples. So this is the according to them that are the definition, and this is a suitable example. Let us see another example, but let us see as a third theory which is about the third one. Let us see here. Third one is a Lewis theory. Third one, look at here, spelling Lewis, Lewis theory. Now Lorentz-Bronsted theory also has some limitations, and that's why after 1 or 2 decades, the Lewis is a scientist. He thoroughly studied this theory, and he put the new definition about the acids and bases. What he made, so this Lewis theory is a more generalized he made the more generalized, precise definition about the acids and bases, so that all the characteristic of this is included in this theory, and therefore Lewis theory is a superior theory than this one. So, or we can call it, this is advanced theory for acids and bases. According to him, how he defined acids and bases, let's see here, acid and base. The definition of acid and the definition of base. The acid, any substance which can accept the lone pair of electron is known as acids. What I said here, how I defined here, acid is any substance which can accept the lone pair of electron is known as acids. Any substance which can accept lone pair of electron is known as a acids. Or and base, the definition of base means what? Any substance which can donate lone pair of electron is known as a base. Simple definition, or more generalized or more precise definition of acids and base. So all are included here. Any substance which can accept lone pair of electron is known as acids, and base means what? Any substance which can donate a pair of electron is known as a base. Let us see here example Lewis acids. Some of the Lewis acids here. Look at the examples of Lewis acid. Lewis acids. Those are having H plus ion. For example, those are carrying as a positive charge like as a H plus, or maybe as a R plus, or BF3, or AlCl3, ZnCl2, etc. are the Lewis acid. Those species which can carry the positively charged species are known as the Lewis acids. Or those are electron deficient species are also known as a Lewis acid. Look at BF3. There are the 3 bonds BF3. The geometry of BF3 you might be knowing as, here is a F, and if 3 bonds are there. For completion of octet it requires 8 electron, but there are the sextet is there, 2 electron is the less, and therefore it can accept the 2 electron, or it can accommodate the 2 electron fulfilling their octet, and that's why these are belonging to as a Lewis acids. And now let us look at the Lewis bases. The example of Lewis bases, those are negatively charged species. The negatively charged species like as a OH minus, or SH minus, or R minus, OR minus, or ammonia or water H2O carrying as a lone pair, having as a lone pair, or RNH2 amines, R2NH, then R3N, etc. These are the example of Lewis bases. These are the species which are nucleophile. Nucleophile means they can donate the lone pair of electron to the other atom, and that's why they are the Lewis bases. These are the best example of this Lewis acids and bases. I think these are the 3 theory regarding as acid and bases. With the help of suitable example, we have learned these theory in detail. Next point in the next lecture means tomorrow, we will see the strength of organic acids and bases, the strength of acids and bases, pK and pKb values. Let's stop today here. Thank you.